Hi, welcome back. If it's your first time, welcome. Beauty from Inside and Out is the name of this platform, and today, fall is officially here. It's officially here. I know we're already like the 1st of October when I'm recording this, but you know, in some of our warmer states, it doesn't really feel like fall, but it's fall. So today I'm going to be talking about kind of like putting together a pretty fall look. Have you heard of the trend now called monochromatic? I think it's called. If that's something that you're intrigued,
if you're here, then you woke up today, and that is a blessing. Don't take that for granted. Don't waste it.
I still have this little hair piece that I put on from coming upon 2 weekends ago, where I went to our makeup conference. And so at one of the parties, they had all kinds of stuff, glitter. And so the team that I was on, the group of ladies that I was with, we were on the line to get these, and it's supposed to last for like 3 weeks. I think it's going strong. So we'll see when it falls out. Anyway, let's, you know what? It is pouring right today, and it's going to be one of those days, I think, when there's going to be just a little bit of rain. So hopefully you'll be able to kind of hear me with background rain dropping. But let's get started, guys. Okay, so monochromatic. It's something I kind of like learned on this conference. What does that mean? Okay, it's basically kind of a one tone, one color cohesively. And then you can kind of sometimes like throw in a color, but then that's not monochromatic anymore. I don't know. Am I confusing you? Let me put it this way. Let's say you are wearing like a jumper suit, right? And then that's all you have on. That's kind of monochromatic. It's just one solid look. But then you throw on maybe a belt and a hat. Now you've flirted up a little bit. You've given it a different twist. So basically with the makeup, it's fall. So I've got 2 palettes here. One is my eyeshadow and the other one is my face is already done as far as like my foundation. You know, I've already prepped it and it's just ready for the fun colors, just to cut some time. But I have one palette which will be like my shadows, and these are the ones. I need to get me another one of this one, but it just kind of goes cohesively with it. I'll tell you what the names are. So I'm gonna go from like a very simple, kind of like very minimal makeup with 2 shades, and then do a very soft lip. And then I'm going to kind of take it into the evening with these shades here. But they're all going to be basically like that one color, right? Fall, clearly. You know, what do we think of fall? We think of colors that are orange and, red tones, brown. So what I have here, and I'm going to probably start off with this before I do my eye look. But I have here my bronzer, and then my color cheek, which I'm going to keep it really, really light. And I probably won't even do a color until the evening because I want to keep it very natural. So we're going to start off with the bronzer and then a little bit of a glow. And this is the highlight, right? This is like our illuminator. But let's start off with the obvious, which is to warm up my face. You guys know, if you've been here before, how much I enjoy warming up my face first with my makeup. And actually I clearly did my foundation, like I said, but it is, I think, the color that to me just helps kind of fit everything else in, right? So here I have my bronzer, and the one that I use is called High Tide. So I was gonna say Heat Wave. Heat Wave is another one that has a lot of red tones in it. So I sometimes will go with that color as the season continues to unfold into the winter months. because we start to lose a little bit of that sun that we were able to get on our skin throughout the summer, and our tones change. So the red kind of helps incorporate a little bit more of that warmth. But for now, I still have a lot of the sun exposure that I've had over the summer months. And so I just want to keep it a little lighter. So I'm just adding this High Tide. Okay, so High Tide is the first one, going in with the bronzer, right? Same thing, a little on my nose and on the high cheek points of the face. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm gonna go in with this one. I don't think I've ever shared this one before. This one here is called Glow. It is also it's another form of bronzer, but it does what it says. It's really just glow effect. Let me see if I can go ahead and show you how that's gonna look up close. So it's going to give you a little bit of like a gold fleck. Ooh, there comes the thunder. To your face. But see how pretty? I mean, it does truly just glow. And maybe you want to keep that off of like your nose so that you don't have like the shiny nose. But I think that it is so pretty to keep everything more natural, glowy, right? So that combination is pretty. The High Tide with the glow. So now I'm gonna go in with let me go in with my shadow, a very simple shadow, which is, and I have two palettes here, so I can have, if I want a double one, this palette here actually comes with like one shade in the mirror and then the bottom, right? So I just kind of divided these up because you can do this as well if you like, or just get the one palette with the two. So let me go in with my shades of eyeshadow. Okay, so here I have the first one, and I'm loving this color so much. Even though it seems like it's very pinky and we're trying to get into those fall colors, I think that when you're trying to transition from spring into autumn, fall, right? Because it's kind of like really just, I think, autumn still. Do you sometimes do that? Do you like really call out the, you know, autumn? I don't know. I think that sounds so pretty. So I like to try to say it's autumn until it's officially fall. So autumn has like still those kind of like rosy, very light-handed, colors that are just not rich in red yet, right? Because once we get into now October, as we go deeper into the month is when it starts to get darker in color and rich. If you're from places that you truly have seasons, you know what I'm referring to. If you've never been and you're like, Lisa, I have no idea what you're talking about. I get it. I lived in California for many, many years, and there are two seasons, summer and summer, or summer, and it does get a little chilly in the wintertime, but we don't typically have the 4 seasons over there. Okay, so that one color, right? And then I'm going in with this really pretty, it's almost a shimmer color, and it's called Twanda. I think it's so nice. I'm keeping it at the lid. And this is it. This is kind of like my very natural, I have a little bit of that coloring on my lid. And then let me show you the lip that I can go ahead and go for this. And you can keep nothing on your cheeks to keep that monochromatic look very cohesive. But let me show you this really pretty lip. Okay, I'm pulling out another palette. So this one is, I don't know if it's available or not. I'm gonna have to check. But it's just 2 to put in 2 of your tins. And I clearly have like the first one, which is our lip liner, and it's called Suede, and then Ibiza. So I think it's a pretty Even if you're more light skin tone than I am, you'll have a much more neutral color, but it will even have more of a natural if you're my skin type, or even a shade dark. So let's get, I'm using one of my brushes. This is the multitasker, and it's great because it has a really smaller, fine brush. Do you see that? How tiny that is. It's perfect for just all kinds of parts on your face to get those little key areas. But let's line the lips. This is a very pretty very soft liner. Okay, and then you can just take a little bit on your finger for Ibiza. See how pretty that is? Very neutral, even tone. So this is the perfect everyday fall go about look for daytime. Okay, now let's bring it down a notch and go into the evening. Okay, so we're gonna wipe the lip off in a minute, but let's work on the other eye using the other shades on my shadow palette. So now we're gonna go in with this shade, which is called Bubba. So that's a very neutral, perfect shade for just giving your lid coloring. So let's see if I can bring you in. Oops, sorry. My palette is covering my eye. That's not going to help you. I need to see what I'm doing. But do you see the difference so far in this one? Has got more of a pink. This one here is more in the warmer brown tone family. Love to get that in the crease and out. Ladies, if you have like hooded eyes, this is a great technique to use to make sure that you are actually seeing that color when your eye is open. Okay, and then I flip my brush over and I love to line the bottom. There I go again, trying to block my, gives it a softer look. But now we're gonna go in with the shade, the darker shade here, and this one's called Philly. This is really going to bring that evening look and give it, I don't want to block my mirror camera, but I kind of keep this cornered in the eye. And the secret about, like, I don't know if many of you struggle with putting on your shadows and then it looks like a big hot mess, the key is really just blending. Blending is going to be so that you're not having any harsh lines. So you add and then you get a brush and you blend. And you keep building on that to creating the color and the way you want it. Now I'm going to take this color, which I'm almost done with, and this one's called Peppa. Love this shade. And I'm putting that one like on the lid. So I'm keeping the inner part of my eye brighter. And you can see it kind of ombreing out. And then you can add a little bit of that highlight illuminator, which is what it's called with Saint, on the brow bones. So I can clearly darken this up, this eye further along. Let me again, it's about playing with the colors. And I can keep deepening that, but you can already see that this is a much more richer eye look for the evening, and keep this one for day. Now, let me go ahead and finish off with the lip for evening, because I do have in my palette the last two for the look, to finish the look, which is the highlight illuminator, and then this pretty blush color, which is called, I'm not sure. I'll drop it in the descriptions below. But let me go ahead and add that to the cheeks, because it will definitely give now a much more coloring to your face just by adding a little color, right, onto the cheeks. So let's kind of keep this side of the face with the darker evening look, right? Darker evening look minus the lips. And then we have a daytime look with the lips. So let's go ahead and do the lip with the same color. And this one. Okay, I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna use this lip liner. This is from Celeste, which is the other website I have below my descriptions as well. I do care for some of their makeup line as well. If you have any questions in there, please reach out to me. So let me line my lips. And clearly I need to go with a shade that's a bit darker, because I'm gonna go with a darker lip, right? And so if your lip is going to be a darker shade, make sure that your lip liner is gonna be just a shade darker than that. And I'm losing lighting because it is overcast today. So I hope you're able to see this well. Okay, let's do the lip now. So this is for your evening look. Pretty color. Now I know that there's a rule, right? If you do a darker lip, you want to kind of keep the eye softer. That's the golden kind of rule about makeup, but there should be no right or wrong answers, I don't think, right? It's a personal choice. The way I personally feel about it is that I will do my eye makeup for an evening look, but if I still want to add some color to my lip, I will still do that, because you're eating more than likely, drinking, your lip wear is going to go away fast. And so at least you have then that eye look that gives you your completed look for the night, right? Up to you. But tell me, what team are you on? Do you like, if you're gonna do a dark lip, to keep the eye neutral, or do you do the eye pop out and then keep the lip neutral? Or do you make up your own rule? Leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear how you like to wear your makeup, and what form, and do you have your own set of rules? But that's about it. Okay, so I hope that this kind of helps. If you have any questions in what I have shared, or I have links in the bottom for everything that I have used, but please, reach out to me. Let me go ahead and just add a little bit of this highlight, which is the illuminator, on the brow, as I mentioned before, and I didn't do. So again, this will give you that pop of pretty brightness to your brow. I think it looks so pretty. And you can always add this also, if you like, on the top of your cheeks for a little bit of that, just, highlight, illuminator. All right, catch you next week. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you found this or think anybody else can benefit from it. share it along. Until next week, love you. Bye.